So I've done a lot of Claude Code sessions this year, but the one thing that genuinely helped me move fast wasn't the prompt. It was figuring out how to transfer a context from one session to the next. So I stopped opening Claude Code without running one of these 4 commands because I was sitting down every single morning re-explaining my whole project. Stuff I already figured out the day before, decisions I already made. And here's the actual problem. Claude is a session-based tool, but most of us treat it like a chat app. So you're having 100 little conversations instead of running a real session that carries over. Last video, I showed you my workflow. This is the other half. So here are 4 custom commands I made that handle the gap between session. And they're just markdown files and you can use them with any project. Let me walk you guys through them. First one, session open. You know when you sit back down and spend the first 10 minutes just figuring out where you left off? That's what this one fixes. When you start a session, it reads the handoff from the last session. What happened, what you were in the middle of, and what's still open. So Claude gets all of that up front instead of you typing it out again. Here's what it looks like when I run it. Very simple one. You see I have a weather dashboard that I just created for the demo. And when we look at the actual .md file and what it contains, you see that steps. These steps can be modified to however you see fit, right? It's completely up to you how you want this, but realistically, the very first thing it does, it reads a Claude.md file, which is coming from your session before. Agent updates it, gives a little quick summary of what's left, what's still going on, and what you guys did. So, and you can see there's a doc session folder. This folder is so you can have all of your sessions. Doesn't have to be just the previous one. It could be a week worth of sessions. So you want to kind of housekeep that, keep it clean, and then it does it by the date. So you can see there's a lot of steps here, and we'll talk about more of them. And then I added an example for you to see how these logs come out. But I have ran this command up here. So you can see that session open it reads a Claude.md, looks at the last logs, and just goes your overall review of past that it's good. So the agent has gotten the context, got the decision logs, and the next action that it's basically ready for you to take on. So like what is next from here? So very, very useful command. Second one, session review. This is the one I use and rely on the most. When you've been building for a few hours, the agent touches a bunch of files and half of it never gets written down. So this command goes back through the session and catches everything that was changed. All right, so nothing sister half finished. Think of it like a second pass that makes sure what actually happened matches what you got documented. Session review, one of the most important ones to me that I run almost all the time, and your other commands will actually run this as well. That's how important it is, but you can run it whenever you want if you just wanted to do something mid-session. But if you see, I went ahead and had the agent kind of create me a dark mode and light mode toggle to get some code in. And if we look at how a review is actually done in a diagram, you see you build, and then you have your rules, your file hygienes, and then source docs. And one of the most important things is it keeps your Claude.md under 40,000 characters so that your agents don't get context overloaded. Very crucial step. And then you make sure your logs are good, your living docs, and just gives you a pass or fail based on all those steps. Essentially, like each step will have a pass or fail. As you can see on this side over here, there's a checklist, and my living docs is failing because I'm not doing any docs right now, but it is very crucial for you to do this because your APIs, all the documents, everything you added is just going to be very nicely updated every single time. So that's why I really recommend and emphasize on this command. And again, the MD file, just like the other one, has the steps and the things that the agents need to do. You see, these steps can be changed however you see fit, like I said before. And then here's an example of it. So now third one, session close. This is the one that you call at the end of the day when you're ready to close your session. It runs the review first, then it wraps the whole session up. Summaries written, files accounted for, and then it just pushes all of the changes. And the last one, session transfer. This is for when you're not done yet, but the session is getting long and heavy. It runs a review too, but instead of closing everything down, it writes up where you are and hands it to a fresh session with all the context. So whatever you were in the middle of just carries forward, and the new session picks it up like nothing happened. You want to do this often when you feel like you've been too much in the conversation with your agent. because the more you are in a conversation, the more they start drifting, the more the context gets overloaded and they just lose it. And when you see all these problems happen, just know that your agent is dealing with too many things. It's just a full brain that just doesn't know how to process anymore at that point. So it just starts assuming, guessing, and doing all this thing. So this command is very important because then you can just transfer it to another session. Very simple. It just runs a review, like I said, and you can see that it caught some files, it fixed them and organized them. Again, you can have your own rules, go to the steps, and then you can just modify it how you see fit. And the very last important part, it just tells you everything that it did a pass, it did a cleanup, handoff, and everything. So very simple. That's the whole system. Treat your sessions like shifts with the handoff, not separate chats. That's it for this video. I really hope you guys found this helpful. Go in the description below and grab these commands and use them for yourself, and leave me a comment and tell me how they worked out for you. I'll see you guys next time.